morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning for another news update for Saturday, November 29, 2025. And I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, bail reduced for businessman accused of defrauding car buyers. Businessman Nicholas Morgan, who is charged on allegations of collecting over $8 million from several persons and failing to deliver on motor vehicles in the St. Catherine Parish Court as he seeks to make restitution. Morgan, 35, is answering to 6 counts of fraudulent conversion, 4 counts of failing to deliver goods, 1 count of obtaining money by means of false pretense, and 1 count of misleading and deceptive conduct. In making an application, his attorney Danae Reed argued that her client had no criminal intention and was willing to repay the complainant. Reed told the court that Morgan's ability to pay back the complainant depends on his being granted bail in a manageable sum. Your Honor, if he is bailed with 1 bail bond, it is easier, and he is desirous of returning the funds collected, Reed said. Senior Parish Court Judge Desiree Elaine then vacated the previous bail offer of $200,000 per complainant, of which there are 7, amounting to a total bail of $1.6 million, and imposed a bail of $700,000 with surety. Morgan was ordered to report to the Duhaney Park Police on Mondays and Thursdays and returned to court on December 9. The judge said the only reason she decided to adjust the bail was to allow the accused to refund the complainant. He was warned to ensure that he treated that as a priority. Allegations are that Morgan, who operates a car company, collected varying sums of money from the complainants to supply them with motor cars. He allegedly failed to honor his obligation, and the matter was reported to the police and an investigation was launched. This resulted in Morgan being arrested. He was subsequently charged. He has made several court appearances in the matter. It's going to be war. Prime Minister vows to fight lies and misinformation about the Melissa recovery efforts. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared that his administration will not sit idly by while misinformation and deliberate falsehoods are spread to confuse and divide the Jamaican people. Holness declared his intention to wage battle against those who seek to distort the truth in the wake of criticism over the government's handling of the Hurricane Melissa recovery efforts. Speaking during the official opening of the newly constructed Little London Police Station on Friday, the Prime Minister lamented what he described as a growing culture of deliberate mischief in public discourse, whereby some individuals intentionally twist the facts in order to mislead the public. If it is one thing that you can say about me, I'm not afraid of nobody. All who want to talk, make meme, go on. Me will go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it, Holness declared, adding that he will not allow lies to take hold. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness. Me respond with nothing no go so. And as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war. Because we cannot allow the people who peddle nonsense, the people who tell lies, we cannot allow them to win. So we will have it out, added Holness. As I have said, it is not just managing the disaster, it is managing the false information. And we have to go to war with that too. Much false information distracts people when we need to have a positive mindset for recovery. So I urge everyone here today, let us have a positive mindset for recovery. All the people who are vested in creating lies and rumors, I urge you to think as well about your country and what you're doing, he urged. The opposition People's National Party and other Jamaicans have criticized the government's handling of the recovery in Western Jamaica. They have claimed that the process of helping those impacted by the storm is being motivated and handled in a partisan manner. Detractors also claim that the process is slow and inadequate. Meanwhile, the PNP has suggested the process should be handled by elected representatives instead of government ministries. Holness said the government will be transitioning from handing out packages to the distribution of vouchers. It is disgusting that persons would want to make political issues over the distribution of aid. Some people can't help themselves. They can't resist it. And so we are going to shift from the distribution of food packages to giving persons coupons or cards so that they can go and buy the stuff that they need, revealed Holness. The Prime Minister also dismissed the naysayers who he said may be questioning why he was opening the Little London police station where the money could assist with the Hurricane Melissa recovery. For those who will want to criticize the opening of a police station in the midst of a disaster recovery process, the police station was conceptualized in 2017 in a partnership program between the National Housing Trust and the Government of Jamaica, in that where the NHT is involved in building communities, housing schemes, and housing development, a police station should be available, explained Holness, who noted that there are 2 such housing solutions in the Little London area. Belfield councillor appeals to Windalco and the government to assist in relocating content residents. Councillor Mario Mitchell of the People's National Party, Belfield Division, says he has formally written to UC Russell, Alumna Jamaica Windalco, in appealing for consideration to be given for the allocation of lands to relocate 15 households in Content, Manchester. I am making a public plea to Windalco and the government, asking that lands be made available adjacent to the Williamsfield Content area, he said on Friday. I am also calling on the government through the social housing program or whatever relief efforts to assist the victims that the citizens of Content whose houses were flooded can be considered, he added. His appeal follows weeks of the area being inundated with groundwater which covered houses in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. He said the residents are scared to return to their houses. Persons are now willing to move, said Mitchell. He said the Content Main Road is now accessible. Trelawny murder accused offered bail, case sent back to parish court. A Trelawny swim instructor accused of killing a security guard at a lodge in Montego Bay, St. James 3 years ago was again granted bail following a major court ruling that sent the case back to the parish court. Kenya Robinson was offered bail in the sum of $400,000 on Thursday following an application by his attorneys John Jacobs and Courtney Rowe in the St. James Parish Court. Mr. Robinson is to report to the police twice weekly, surrender his travel documents, and comply with a stop order. He is charged with the March 10, 2022 stabbing death of security guard Christoph Hibbert. According to earlier reports, Mr. Hibbert was on duty at the launch about 10:56 p.m. when he got into an altercation with Mr. Robinson, who was a patron. Mr. Hibbert was reportedly stabbed in the chest during the dispute. Mr. Robinson was later charged and granted bail by then Senior Parish Court Judge Sasha Mary Ashley. After several court dates, Judge Ashley ruled during a committal hearing that the matter should be sent to the circuit court for him to stand the trial. His attorneys Courtney Rowe and John Jacobs objected to the admission of the prosecution's key witness statement during that hearing. They argued that the statement was non-compliant with the Committal Proceedings Act and should not have been relied on. Judge Ashley admitted the statement regardless, and the matter proceeded to the circuit court. Mr. Robinson's attorneys subsequently sought judicial review, challenging the judge's decision. On July 11, 2025, Justices Andrea Thomas, Anne-Marie Nemard, and Dale Staple of the full court delivered a ruling overturning the committal. They held that the parish judge had erred in law by admitting a procedural defective eyewitness statement, which was the only evidence directly linking Mr. Robinson to the killing. The judges found that the document was inadmissible under Section 6 of the CPA because it lacked a mandatory signature from the recording officer. They stressed that the omission went to the heart of the statement's admissibility and could not be remedied by a supplementary police statement. Given the seriousness of the defect, the full court quashed the committal order and directed that the matter begin anew in the parish court before a different judge. The prosecution's case depends heavily on the account of the sole eyewitness. Mr. Robinson is scheduled to return to court on January 21, when prosecutors will indicate how they intended to proceed. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.